A part of your journey to finding your life purpose is being able to make decisions, stick with those decisions, and not feel guilty about the decisions that you've made. I know some of us have struggled with learning how to say no and not feeling the guilt that we put on ourselves from saying no. Well, today I'm going to talk about how we can confidently say no without the guilt. Hi, I'm Keisha from KeishaGolder.com, and today I am going to share with you 4 ways that you can confidently say no without feeling the guilt. Before I talk about the ways to say no without feeling guilty, I want to talk about understanding our boundaries and limits. Yes, this is very important because if we don't understand our boundaries and limits, chances are we are going to bite off far more than we can handle, and we will overwhelm ourselves even more than we already are. Who wants to live like that? Not me. So here's what you need to do. Take inventory. If you feel like you have too much on your plate, then guess what? It's not just a feeling. You do. So either you need to delegate some of the tasks that you have or rearrange them so they're not all sitting on your plate at once. Know your limits. Know that you cannot do everything at once. And yes, I know, especially for us women, we like to think that we are superwoman and can do everything under the sun for everyone. But as I always say, if you keep pouring for everyone else, who's going to pour for you? And you can't pour from an empty cup. The first way that you can say no without feeling guilty is if you're feeling overwhelmed, do not be afraid to tell someone that you are overwhelmed and you are not able to help them. Chances are you don't want to do what they're asking you to do anyway, but you're just being polite. So don't sacrifice your well-being just to be polite to someone to do something you don't want to do. Tell them, I have X, Y, and Z to do right now. And although I would love to help you, I simply cannot. Either they will understand or they won't. And if they don't understand, then guess what? They don't need to be a part of your life because we all get overwhelmed sometimes. And we all know that overwhelming feeling. So if you can't understand that I don't want to take on what you're trying to put on my plate, because I'm already overwhelmed, then I don't need to be around you. Second way to tell someone no without feeling guilty is to be honest. Now you're probably thinking, what does being honest have to do with this? Simple. There are plenty of times where we're asked to do things that we know we're not the best at, but we go along with it because we're afraid to say no. This is the time where, guess what? You say no and you offer someone else who you know is far better at doing the task than yourself. It's really simple. So you're not overwhelming yourself. You're not putting a task on you that you know you aren't good at. And you're affording the opportunity to someone else who is better at it than you. And you're not disappointing the person who's asking. Everyone wins. I know we all like to think that we are great at everything, that we are jack of all trades and masters of all of the trades that we're jacks at. But the truth is, we're not. There are just some things that we're not good at. And we have to be able to admit it to ourselves so that when situations come up like this, we're not afraid to say, you know what? I have somebody who can do an awesome job for you. I'm just not the one. Way 3 and 4 go hand in hand. someone comes to you and asks you to do a task, and so here's what you can say. I can't complete this task for you right now because I am in the middle of completing my own task. I would love to help you. Maybe I can help you when I'm done. If it's an urgent task, chances are they're going to find someone else to help them. And if not, they just have to wait until you're done what you are doing. And I know a lot of us like to believe, just like we like to believe that we're jacks of all trades, that we are good at multitasking. But let's be realistic. We aren't. We just are not good at it. Something is not going to be the best quality it could be if we multitask. So you can finish what you're doing and then help the person, or you can finish what you're doing and not help the person. Either way, you're not having pressure put on you because you feel obligated to help someone when you've given them what the situation is, when you've told them, I have this to do and this needs to be done before I can do anything else. Here's the thing about the guilt that we so-called feel by telling people no. No one in this entire world, not even mothers, although mothers are really good at making you feel like they make you feel guilty, but no one in this entire world is capable of making us feel anything except for us. So the guilt that you feel when you tell someone no, or the guilt that you think that you feel when you tell someone no, comes from you because you feel you're disappointing someone. And a lot of times you're not. People ask for help because yes, they need help, but they also understand that you have your own thing going on. You just have to be vocal in expressing that so that they'll understand and be receptive to it. And out of all of these ways that I said that you can say no, it doesn't have to be harsh. There's no reason at all for it to be harsh. Just say what you're feeling. Say you have someone else. Say that you'll catch them when you're done. Say that maybe later on down the line, you can help them. And I guarantee you they will be fine. I guarantee you that life will move on. I want you to take a second and think of one time that you felt guilt for telling someone no. And tell me why you felt guilty for telling them no in the comment section below. You know I'm going to read it, and you know I'll get back to each and every one of you. I'll catch you guys in the next video.